Hi guys, this is my second video, so bear with me. This is about the Waffle House shooting that happened in April 22nd of 2018. Um, it really touched my heart and it outraged me at the same time, and I wanted to share this story. But I want to start off by talking about the victims. Um, But first, I'd like to say a short thing about the person who perpetrated the crime and the person's father who essentially helped him perpetrate the crime. So, Jeffrey Reinking has a son who is delusional and mentally ill. His name is Travis Reinking. Authorities at one point took Travis's guns away because they felt he was a danger to others. His father, Jeffrey, tells police he wants the guns, and the police said, okay, but you cannot give them back to your son. And guess what he did? He gave those guns back to his son, and his son went on to unalive four beautiful souls in a Waffle House in Nashville, Tennessee. Their names are Joe Perez Jr., Torianne Sanderlin, Aquila De Silva, and D'Ebony Groves. First, I'd like to talk about Joe Perez. He recently moved to Nashville from Texas to help with his brother's business. He was the youngest victim at 20. In his mother's testimony, she shared how the whole family was preparing to make the move to Nashville after her son after one of her sons opened a business. She said, "Our lives are completely destroyed. This man took my future grandchildren and the uncles to my granddaughters. This has broken me, not just my spirit, not just my family, but also my mind." She shared that she has been hospitalized multiple times to receive mental health treatment. She also said her son that opened the business, he shut it down and moved back home, and that he blames himself for bringing his brother to Nashville. Her oldest son is working towards becoming a paramedic, and he says that every life he saves is in dedication for his brother, since his brother's life could not be saved. Joe's father testified about how devastating things have been for the family, and he ended his testimony talking about missing his son, whom the family called Joey, recounting memories of Joey, asking him for help, and loving his barbecue. He spoke of his love for his children and discussed how close they all are. Now I'd like to talk about Torian Sanderlin. He was a Waffle House employee and he was 29 years old when he was unalived. Video introduced in trial showed Sanderlin outside the restaurant when Travis began firing. Sanderlin was seen charging at Travis in what appeared to be an attempt to stop him. The aunt of Sanderlin spoke on behalf of his parents, who were too emotionally distressed to speak. She explains that his mom is under so much stress that she breaks out in big whelps. Her nerves are so bad, she's on several meds to control it. She goes on to say, "I know for myself I can't sleep because every time I sleep, I dream of Torian and I talking and doing things together. I wake up sometimes crying. She remembered her nephew as a warm and happy person. While smiling at an image of several photos of Torian, she talked about his love for cooking and animals. He also had dreams of opening his own restaurant one day. Aquila de Silva. He was inside the restaurant with his girlfriend and brother when he was shot. He was taken to Vanderbilt University Medical Center where he later passed. He was only 23 years old. His girlfriend was severely injured, which has impacted her ability to walk years later. During the emotional testimony of Aquila's mother, she spoke of the pain she continues to feel after losing him. She said, "It's the stuff you see in nightmares. No parent should have to bury their child, but I did." In the aftermath of losing her son in the way she did, she has now dedicated her life to preventing gun violence. Aquila's brother spoke on how he continues to suffer from PTSD after living through the shooting. He said, "I had to see my brother's last moments, hear his last words. It hurts the fact to know he passed and I didn't." D'Ebony Groves. She was a 29-year-old from Gallatin, Tennessee. She was in her last year at college, majoring in social work. She was inside the restaurant when she was unalived. D'Ebony's father described his daughter as loving, bright, and talented. Ebony's mom continues to struggle with the loss of their daughter. She says, "I struggle even taking a picture because those that know my daughter know she was a photo queen. I go around and speak at women's events on her behalf, and every time I pose for a picture, I cry. What do I have to smile about? She should be here." She said while her family is still close, it feels like a piece of the puzzle is missing. We tried to bring it together. We still have family outings. We still check on each other, encourage each other when deep down inside, that one special, significant piece will never be able to complete our puzzle. Now I'd like to talk about the father and the son who the shooter and the father of the shooter. So Jeffrey Reinking, 59, held his son's firearms after they were taken away by authorities in the summer of 2017. But when his son decided to move to Tennessee later that year, Jeffrey gave the guns back to his son Travis, 33. Now let's look at why we know Jeffrey knew his son should not have had those guns, aside from the police saying no, which you would think that would be enough, right? So in May of 2016, police and emergency services were called by Travis's parents to a CVS parking lot in Morton, where a delusional Travis believed celebrity musician Taylor Swift was harassing him, stalking him, and hacking his phone. The report noted that Travis was hostile towards police and does not recognize police authority. In June of 2017, Travis, clad in a pink dress, jumped into a Tremont public pool, yelled obscenities at patrons, and exposed himself. Also, in this same month, an employee of his father's business called police saying Travis had come downstairs from his apartment carrying a rifle, wearing a pink dress, and using an expletive before tossing the rifle in the trunk of his car and leaving. In March of 2017, he quit his job because he felt police were following him and that his last chance to marry Taylor Swift was soon approaching. In July of 2017, the U.S. Secret Service arrested Travis near the White House after he crossed a barrier and refused to leave. Following his arrest, Illinois authorities revoked his state firearms authorization and seized his weapons, including the AR-15 used in the Waffle House shooting. According to the Tazewell County Sheriff, Travis's father, Jeffrey, asked sheriff's deputies if he could keep the guns, and they allowed him to do so after he assured them he would keep them secure and away from his son. Really think about that. He would keep them secure and away from his son. So he knew. He just knew, guys. He knew. So when Travis moved to Nashville, he was employed as a crane operator and construction worker from January 2018 until April 2018. On April 3rd, he was fired for claiming that people, including other employees, were after him. According to police, 4 days before the shooting, he stole a BMW from a Brentwood dealership. So why the hell did his father give him back his guns, knowing what a danger to society he was? Guys, he only got an 18-month sentence for giving the guns to his son, and the state of Illinois did that. But where are the involuntary manslaughter charges the state of Tennessee should have brought against Jeffrey Reinking? Is he special? Do these victims not matter? I feel like Jeffrey Reinking should be brought up on involuntary manslaughter charges. What do you guys think? Please let me know in the comments. Thank you for listening. Much love to you all.